Hey guys! So another box arrived today. Unfortunately this one got a wee bit squashed in the post. I don't know if you can really see that. But we'll open it up and hopefully the protection inside didn't mean the box got too damaged. But yeah, I think today we've got Dwellings of Eldervale. So let's crack on it. At least it looks like there's some bubble wrap here, so hopefully the box survived. So Dwellings of Eldervale is a Euro-y worker placement, a battle-y type game. Lots of padding in there. I'm sure the box will be fine. I still have faith. All this bubble wrap. Bubbles! And what do we got here? These look like the things I added on. So we got the Minotaur, some sleeves, and wee wooden tokens. So that's exciting. So we got the wee Minotaur. Maybe I'll take it out of the box later. And now for the moment of truth. It looks like down here is full of bubbles. So I'm not as worried anymore that it's going to have been crushed. Alright, so here we go. We've got Dwellings of Eldervale, and even more cardboard to keep it nice and protected. So I think the crush on the side at the start was just unneeded because they did a fantastic job of boxing this up. So I got the, I think it was called Legendary Edition, so that comes with a few extra minis and the sound bases, which I'll see how they go. Get into here. Yeah, so that did a great job protecting the shipping. Yes, that's by Breaking Games. So let's open it up. I might take the wrapper off and we can have a look at the back when it's not as glary. So yeah, this was the, zoom in a bit. This was the Legendary Edition, so it comes with a wee bit of a scratch on the bottom. So yeah, it comes with the giant monsters with the sound effects bases. And yeah, so let's have a look. And this is, I guess, the Legendary, or the limited cover that was part of the Kickstarter you could pick from, with the giant crocodile. Alright, let's zoom out again. And what do we got? We got some nice box cover art under there. We've got some cards that need to be replaced, so I guess it was a misprinting on some stuff. So there's that extra cards, and then we got rules of play. So this is nice, it's colourful, we've got all of the content. Setup. Setup for a solo game. How to play. This all looks good and easy to follow, hopefully. Yeah, we've got the end of the game, and then some of the mini expansions that came along with the Kickstarter one. And then a nice picture of how to put everything back into the box again at the end. Yay, that makes life easier. And then we've got the Ghosts of Eldervale. So this, I think, is another expansion that came with the Kickstarter version. I'm not sure if that'll be in the retail one. There's an appendix. So this, I've heard good things about this. It gives good explanations for everything, and it looks pretty good from what I can see. all of the cards, yeah, so that's quite nice. And then a bit more on the legendary monsters at the end. First time setup, so this is sort of how we're going to set up all of the trays, and how to fill up the dungeon trays. And then there's player reference guides. It feels like, yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 player reference guides. Yeah, and double-sided, so more to help when we get through. So then we've got some trays, and these look like the ones for the dungeon trays, these ones here. Good, seal nice and tight, open, close, easy to open, snap close, so nothing should move around in there, snap close. And then we've got a big set of all of the tiles and all the other components. Let's zoom out again. And they're all wrapped so they wouldn't have, I guess, scratched during shipping. But now you can see me struggling trying to open them, but I'll do that off camera so I can cut all this out.
That's the bit you cut in there.
Yeah.
Did you talk about Frank's that being in your shop?
No.
It's just weird.
Alright, so yeah, these are the pieces, all the map pieces, all the tokens for everything, the standees if you bought the retail version. Yeah, these all look quite nice. And punch out pretty cleanly. Not as clean as some games, but pretty clean. Those tiles came out very easy. So yeah, put them over to the side. And then yeah, part of the legendary also came with this extra 8 monsters and then this rainbow tile as well. So I think this is just in the legendary pack. We then have stickers flying everywhere. We've got some stickers for the different elements. The centre board. Or the glory track. Things for the Ghosts of Eldervale. Lots of wooden markers. And then we have the different legendary things as well, the different monsters. No, then we have the different heroes, characters, elements. I don't know. So, 2 sets of the player cards. We'll set up their trays soon. And then down here we've got some more player trays. So yeah, these look pretty good. And there's again the clear instructions on how everything's meant to lay out, so that's super useful. So we've got this for each of the different player trays. I assume there's some lids for these, but I haven't seen them. I've got some more trays. I haven't seen a reference to what goes in those trays, but there's pictures on them, so I assume that'll be what goes in them. We then have, I'll zoom in a bit more again. Then we have meeples for each of them, screen printed in the different colours. We've got lots more wood tokens in here. Hey, as I picked up the wood tokens. dragon meeples for each of the different elements. A whole bunch of houses, or dwellings I guess. We've got tools, hammers, more just regular looking meeples that are screen printed. Standees for if you've got the base game. We've got wizards. A whole big bag of dice. Ooh. Lots of different colours as well. I'm guessing for all the different elements. We got these sword wooden pieces. Nice wee glass marker things. Not sure what they're for, but they remind me of the wine trackers in
Viticulture.
the wine trackers in viticulture. Thank you. And then some more wooden pieces. I don't even recognise what these ones are for. It's too much in here. We've got some nice metal coins. So shiny. And then we've got a wee deck of cards. Then at the bottom of this we've got these washed minis. So we've got a dragon. We've got this golem. I might at the end of this have another quick look at everything just on a table where I can get a better angle rather than on this fixed overhead. But we'll have a quick look through here. But yeah, at the end of the video I'll do another pass through of all of these just laid out on the table. And then the bonus monster on the monsters from the legendary box. Another couple of packs of cards. I'll open one of these because I can see whether they actually go back, unlike those smaller cards. I'm not sure where they go yet. Alright, yeah, so these are the cards. They all have nice artwork, pretty simple. We'll find out what all of these do. Hopefully there's no spoilers. I know there was a mercenary that I've probably shown that was meant to be a surprise, so apologies. There's a bunch more cards for the different types. So yeah, with the Kickstarter I got the sleeves, so that'll be a busy time. And then here are the sound bases. So nice and simple looking. We'll put a monster in one. Let's move this box out of the way. I think these are quite tight, I've heard. Well, fits in right. So let's pull that out, turn it on, and then move. I'm not sure if the sound for that came out very well. Again, I'll probably do another playthrough of this with the camera in a different spot. But as we move it, move. I'm going to push down a little bit harder than I was hoping. But yeah, got that, and then we can turn it to a different sound, I think. We go that way, that way, that way. Maybe that turned it off. There we go. So we've got the two different sounds, and I think each of the... Whoa, calm down. But I think each of the different sound bases also have different sounds as well. So there's 8 of them. No, there's not. I can't count. There's 9 of them. So there's 18 different sounds, I guess. But now that I put it in there, I'm not sure how I'm going to get it back out again. It is quite tight in there, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to pull it too much, otherwise it might snap whatever's holding it down. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to pack all of this up again, punch out all the cardboard and put everything in its right spot, and then I'll come back with a quick look at... Oh, actually, just before we do that, we've got these other couple of things that came along with the Kickstarter as well, that I probably paid extra for maybe. So the cool thing about the campaign that these guys ran is there was like some challenges throughout the lead up and throughout the campaign. So there's just some websites where you had to answer some questions. And if you answered all the questions and you got the final code, you could get this Minotaur for free as the checkout thing. So that was quite a cool thing that they did to just keep people engaged a wee bit more. So here's its standee, and here's its miniature. I'll add this again to everything else, and it comes with a card there. To the final bit where I go and show all of the different minis from a different angle. Yeah, there's a ton of sleeves. Hopefully there's enough for everything. And then there's, so the tokens that we got in the punch boards, I got some wooden versions of them. So they're just nice things. I think there was also another optional buy as well with the more wooden pieces of different things, but yeah, for this I just went with these ones, these wee squares. So yeah, we'll just quickly pack everything into its spot and then we'll come back and have a final chat, and you can just see how easy everything goes back into its box. Alright. So yeah, here's one completed tray. So I was completely wrong about these resources when I was like, hey, they're wood, they're not, they're scrolls! Yay! And I think these were the other tokens that you could have got screen printed as well, just with pictures on them, but I think they're fine just as this fancy wood. And these resource trays are good for getting things out of. Cool. So that's one of the resource trays. This cards will sleeve a wee bit later, and then they should fill up. Some of the tiles seem to have like a wee white splotch on them. Hopefully it's not too bad. But it is something that if these are supposed to be secret, it might be something that gives away. Hopefully it's just a few of mine and your ones are all fine. It's only been a couple as well that have been marked, but yeah, I'll know that for this one, if I need 2 diamonds, it's that. Perfect. And just reading through how everything goes together, I was just like, they can go wherever they want. But it seems like there's advice for how you should put what you should put in each tray. But it says that's just advice, do whatever. But I think after the first game, maybe when I put them back again, I'll follow the configuration that it has on here. But alas, not this time. And I also remembered what was meant to be used for the lids for the hero trays are your player boards. So they should just fit on top if I can find the green one. It should just fit in here. Clip in like that. That's how everything's stuck. Yay! One worry with that is, as you can see there, as you clip it in, it sort of goes into the cardboard a wee bit, so it's going to, over time, probably wear that cardboard out. And these cards have unique backs, so hopefully that's what I'm meant to be sorting by. These cards, the black So that's what these stickers are for. So these can go at the top, so you can remember which each of the different types are. So my camera went flat, so I took that time to quickly, while it was charging, go through. I went and rearranged these boxes with the suggested order, and sleeved all the cards. One thing about the card sleeves is they're quite thin, and if you didn't get the sleeves with the pack, it might be a good idea, if you want everything to fit where it's going to fit, to make sure you also get quite thin sleeves, because there's not a lot of room left with this card sleeved in their slots. But yeah, let's continue putting everything back together again. Interesting, next to her arm there, there's another spot for something else maybe coming out in the future. Who knows? Got it all back in the box and it fits real nice. Because I had all the wooden pieces and the metal coins and all of that, I've left them in this in the punch boards. I'll probably punch them out and put them in a bag somewhere. One idea I saw for the resources, well, I didn't see. One idea I heard about for the resources, where they were thinking of going through and attaching somehow the image from here onto it. Oops, no, I didn't shut it all. The image from here onto the pieces. So then you're like, hey, we've got the screen printed wooden pieces as well. We're just doing it that way. I'm not sure if I would do that myself, but if I see some examples online of people doing it successfully, I might give it a go. I think I would probably make a mess. But who knows, it could be quite interesting. But yeah, so there we have it. We can put this back in again. Because I'm not using the standees, I'm not actually sure where those go. They probably have a place, but they don't really. Doesn't affect anything with them sitting there. So yeah. Let's put them there, and then we can get the lid back on. So there we have it. Nice giant box of dwellings of Eldervale by Breaking Games. And it's all still not quite sitting flush. I'm guessing there's something more to try and get it a bit tighter. But yeah, it was pretty good. Everything looks quite nice in there. But yeah, stick around and we'll go through and have a quick look at all the minis from a different perspective. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out more from the Board Games and Cats. Bye! So yeah, this is all of the minis. As you can see, they've got a nice wash on the coloured plastic. So that's going to just make all the detail pop out a wee bit. But the tricky thing is then is, do I want to go and paint them myself? I think I've already got a lot of my paint cure, so I think just having these look as they are now is probably good. Thanks again. Bye.